Ring-a-ding-ding, hello everybody, my name is Amnesia and welcome to Dragon Ball Xenovers 2 Martial Arts Analysis for tien. And today we are going to do that, indeed sir, so we're going to, as normal, head into training mode and have a look at our character for today, which is Tien Shinhan. We'll go to Tien Shinhan and we'll go here. Okay, so it looks like his stance is the same for all of these characters. Okay, so we'll use this one. So, judging by the stance of Tien, he looks to be a Chinese Kung Fu user. Also, you can see he's wearing traditional Chinese robes. These are more, again, Chinese robes. Less than the Japanese robe. They do kind of look like kendo robes, but we can tell they're not kendo robes because of the like kendo robes are usually black, not purple. This is more of a Chinese sort of robe, so we can tell that Tien is a Chinese style martial artist. I think it's Shaolin Kung Fu, so obviously similar to Krillin, who trained at the Shaolin Temple, but we'll get into Krillin another time. Yeah, we'll get into Krillin another time, but with Tien, I think he does Shaolin Kung Fu. I'm not 100% sure on this. Why do I keep switching? I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm like 92% sure it's Shaolin Kung Fu. Okay, so now we're going to go into the attacks for this video. I should have done this with Goku Vegeta, but I didn't. But here we go with this: Meteor Strike, Tri-Beam, Solar Flare, Full Power Charge, Full Power Energy Blast Volley, Neo Tri-Beam, Spirit Explosion, and the Super Salt is I delivered Chaozu and Yamcha. Okay, so we're gonna go into this now. Yido. And we're going to have Kid Goku, or GT Goku, as our test partner. Actually, no, we won't because he's short. We're gonna use let's use Trunks. Let's use Trunks for this, and we're gonna go into. Let's use the Wastelands. Okay. So again, very reminiscent of that Chinese style. He's got his hands up, which is good. Okay, so let's start off. So we'll start off with showing off his basic combo string. Okay, so that was his basic X combo. Now we're going to his basic Y. And I think... Okay, cool. Alright, so now we're going to restart that. Okay. So now we're going to break down his techniques one by one. So we'll start off with the first one, which seems to be a elbow strike. Now, this is perfect form. He's using his hand to propel his arm forward, dealing more damage. His footwork, I can't see his other foot because of the traditional Chinese robes. But we have a look. Actually, we can from this side. Footwork's good. He's using his leg here to push forward and change his momentum, which is good because he's pushing through his opponent. He's transmuting force from that back foot up into his elbow, as well as delivering more power with the back arm, which is good. We like to see that. His head is nice and high, looking at his opponent. And yes, we will continue now. Okay, second one. That is a spinning back fist, or a turning back fist strike. Again, good form. He came round with the spinning back fist, if we can just get that again. Okay. So he turns, if I can go this side, it'd probably be better. So he turns, uses his body and his hip to throw out that back fist strike, which would then hit the opponent in the face, usually aiming for the jaw. Because if you're hitting someone with that back fist strike, and you hit him in the jaw, if it's open, that could possibly break their jaw. Also, he's got his hand here ready to throw another strike. Now, this is very reminiscent of Chinese-style martial arts, because this is something called a snake strike. This strike will usually aim for the eyes, so like eye gougers. But again, he's staring at his opponent, and he's ready. Okay, right, that's the... Okay. Now, looks like he's coming round for a hook into... It's more of a hook sort of punch, but he's turned it into a straight middle punch. Now, this wouldn't really be that effective, because you're coming in and then straightening your punch. I can see why it could be effective, because Tien's obviously what we got to look at is he's a super warrior, and that would work possibly for his speed, but if we're looking at it from a martial arts perspective, it would be a waste for you to go into a hook and then go into a straight middle. Like, you've wasted a lot of power there. Also, can we just take a minute to appreciate Trunks' face? Anyway, back to Tien. But again, he's using that to push his hand, or to pull the energy from the floor, from his feet into his hand, which is good form. Again, I've never realised until I started doing this series that Xenovers 2 had such good footwork and things like that, and how like the punches are thrown. Never realised how actually good it is until you stop and look at it. Honestly, photo mode is so good. I fucking love photo mode. Okay, now we're gonna look at his fourth attack, if we can get it on. Okay, I need to get there. Okay, right. So he's turning away from his opponent. Okay, so he's using, again, the foot pivot is very great. I love how he raises that leg. And this is called a hook kick. So this kick would be mainly aimed for the side of the head, like the temple. And it would hook the opponent's temple with the heel. Very, very powerful kick. And he brings it back down and lands it. Now, that landing was a bit terrible because he dropped his guard. You should never drop your guard under any circumstance. So that was the only problem I could see with that hook kick. But a very good hook kick it was. Perfect form. And would work in a real-life combat situation. Okay, that is called a 45 kick. That is more of a wingchun kick. So as you see, it aims for the knee. It's not a 45, sorry, it's a stomp kick by the looks of it, but it comes round as a 45. Now, what you're doing with that kick is if you hit in the kneecap, you can dislocate it, or break the leg. So it's a very dangerous yet powerful kick, very effective kick. Again, the footwork, the good pivot from Tien Hon. Let's take a look at his guard. Now, Tien Hon has dropped his guard, which is not the best. I would have kept that hand up a bit higher to protect the face. But his leg is aiming for the kneecap, which is, again, good for breaking the leg, dislocation. Also, he could easily flick that up into like a roundhouse or something. So, again, he dropped his guard, which is not great. And he lands back in his stance. Okay, so now we're coming in for a... That is... I don't even know what that kick was. Hang on, what the hell was that? Okay, so it's a jumping... A jumping crescent kick? Okay, now this is not a move or a technique that I would use personally, since jumping kicks are not great in martial arts. Because if you think about it, if you're off the floor that gives your opponent the chance to like sweep you or counter the attack, because you're not steady, you're in the air, therefore you're open. So that is not a good technique. Would never ever use a jumping kick. The only exception to the rule is a stepping side kick, but never jumping kicks because they do not work. So now we're gonna go, let me just reset this so he's not up against a wall. Okay, right, so now we're gonna have a look at the rest of, that's that low kick again. Okay, that is a very nice Chinese Kung Fu sweep. So you see he kicks the leg, which would then sweep him onto the floor. That could also break the ankle. That is very nice. But Tien, what he does is faces away from his opponent. That's never good. You should always keep your eyes on your opponent. And he returns there. Okay, that looks like an axle kick. Okay, I want to get that end kick. Okay, that looks to be a front kick. That is very nice. How he got that up there. He used to pivot. And hit him forward. Again, very reminiscent of the Chinese Kung Fu. Tien is a very interesting character in the way his combo string works. I like it a lot. So let's have a look at it full speed. I think that was a knee strike at the end. Let me have a look at that. Wait, hang on, I need to actually press the... Okay, so he teleports. And then, yeah, it's a knee strike. So, on the ground, this would have worked. On the ground, this would have worked. But because it's in the air, obviously we can't fly. So, it would be obviously ineffective. But on the ground, if we were looking at it from a ground perspective, that would work. And knocks him away. Obviously, it wouldn't knock him away like that. But, hey-ho. Okay, right. So next we're going on to his heavy combo string. So we're going to take a look at it full speed again. Okay, so that was his basic combo string. So if we reset, so we're going to start off with his first attack. Oh, I didn't mean to take the photo. No. Right, okay, so we're going to... Okay, so he uses that to... So good, solid palm heel strike, as well as uses the other hand to trick the opponent. It's called a feint. That's really interesting. That's really, really interesting to see. Because obviously with Goku and Vegeta, you didn't really see any like setups, but Tien is using setups, which I like to see a lot. I think Tien so far has got to be my favorite, as in like realism in combat, because Goku had a lot of techniques that would only work with his sort of power, but Tien fights more realistically, and I really like that. Okay, that was a hammerfish strike onto the head. Can we just... Yep, so that was pretty good, apart from this is not here guarding his face, which is not great, but we can let him off. Okay, nice. That's another spinning backfish strike. Tien really likes those spinning backfish strikes, I've noticed. Okay, again, jumping kicks. This reminds me of Bruce Lee, like his Kung Fu movies, like his JKD movies. This does not work, unfortunately. It's a jumping kick, and if you're in the air, you're off balance, and that's not gonna work in real life combat. So, not this time, Tien, buddy. You fucked up a little bit. Okay, right. So let's have a look through. Again, not too much to say about that. Oh, I want to see that kick again. Okay, right. I know. I think that's a spinning back kick, isn't it? Yeah. So he turns, and yeah, smacks him with a spinning back kick. That's really interesting. I like that. He's got his hands by his face. He looks behind him to see where his opponent is. That is a very nice kick there, Tien. Yeah, I really like that. I really like the way that he's looked around to see where his opponent is, and he's striked him. I really like that. All right, so I mean, I think as for Tien, there's not a lot more to look at. I feel that we pretty much covered everything on Tien. But yeah, I gotta say, Tien has probably the most interesting combo string I've seen so far. Of course, if you haven't seen Goku and Vegeta martial arts analysis, please go and watch that. I didn't do them too long ago, so they should be right at the top of my video list. But yeah, this was pretty good. I found Tien very interesting. Definitely my favorite combo strings so far, as in martial arts realism. The next video, we'll be looking at Yamcha, I believe. Maybe? I think so, yeah. So we'll be doing Yamcha and then Krillin. So we'll do the 3 main humans of the show. If you guys like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with a friend. Share it? I can't speak English. Share it with a friend, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!